Hello and welcome to our pit walk here at the 1/5 large-scale touring car championship from Sollenau in Austria. It's hot, damn hot. The water in my pool has evaporated. I'm standing in nothing. Now it's time to go in the even hotter area, the pits. But we'll be anywhere there. It's lunchtime. Matt, follow me, let's find out. So you can see it's an open area of roughness. Lots of big cars. Oh, look at this. Immediately, it's just technological marvel. No one has a large lump hammer, which is slightly worrying. But straight away, look at this. It's just engineering excellence. Now, we may have made a tight error in our attempts to meet all the big names of 1/5 racing, in the fact that they've all raced at 9 o'clock this morning and haven't got to race again today because they've all qualified through the finals tomorrow. So, not sure. Now, I'm going to go and see if I can talk to someone I talked to before, and it may all go wrong. Let's find out. This is Giovanni Verberuga, one of the high qualifiers. Giovanni, bit of English?
Yeah.
Fantastic, it's worked already. So Giovanni, there's a mixed feeling about this track. Do you like this track for a European Championship?
Yeah, it's really different. Otherwise, you have always long straights. Now it's a very short straight with a little jump in the middle of the straight, but I like the track. It's different, like the other tracks we always have. But only the weather conditions are very high here, and the engines. It's hard for the engines, but I'm quite happy of the car now, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, it's an odd thing. You went out on the track at about 9:30, and that's it for the day.
Yeah.
So how are you filling your Friday?
I completely dismount the car and check every screw for the final, because tomorrow it's the most important day of the whole week. And I think afternoon we will visit Citroen or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just to talk about the car itself. You say it's very, very hot. The last time we had a very hot Euros was in Valencia, and there a lot of people had problems lasting half an hour on the fuel. Will that be a problem here again because of the heat?
Yeah, I think some drivers will not make the 30 minutes because of the fuel consumption. Hopefully I will make it. Each qualification I measure my fuel consumption for 10 minutes and I calculate. So normally I hope it's 130 minutes.
Now, I noticed you got a very attractive pit mate. Is it more fun travelling with the girlfriend?
Yeah, it's more relaxing and sometimes, and yeah, it's good.
I'm not sure if you can you tell me honestly, do you get bored?
Not always. Sometimes a little bit, but it's okay. I like it.
And is this the first time you've accompanied Giovanni to your European Championship? Or
Yes, it's the first time.
Okay. And how long have you two known each other?
For 2 years.
Oh, so you gave her a year first before you introduced it.
I start with small races and then.
I can see this is a relationship going to last. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks very much. So. Look, that's the excitement of 1/5 racing. That's a large-scale sleep going on there. So, one of the great things one thing I really love about large-scale, and it's every single car in it. And I just love the fact that this is a disassembled car. I just love how mechanical everything is. That's a proper piece of pipe from Samba, our sponsors. It's a decent piece of it. Look at that. That's a proper disc brake. It's all real engineering. It's not this made-up plasticky stuff. It's all going great, and that's what you need. Now, I can see Bernard Arnaldo. Is his English? If we just go to he's a reigning European champ. Let's see if we can go a very quick word with Bernard. Just come here. Hello, Bernard. How is the defence of your European Championship going?
My English is not good.
How's the racing? Good?
Yes, it's not bad. Work only for final.
Okay, thanks. So I think it's never a good stuff. They start by saying they can't speak English. It's always oh, we're going. Is that Hessel over there?
Yeah, we're twiddling the engine.
Twiddling the engine. Oh dear. So grab a quick word with with Hessel. Mr. Roskamp, who's, as we speak, screwing in a spark plug. See, another great thing about it, you've got spark plugs and sparks. It's amazing. So I think we had a very, very brief word with you yesterday. I mean, how are things now? There's a camera. How are things going now we finished qualifying?
Not so good. I've been in a quarterfinal. We had some problems in the qualifying with setup, and this is not a track suited for our car. So we have to find some speed in the quarter.
I mean, it must have been a bit frustrating because all the faster guys went out at the beginning of today, and it was a completely pointless round, wasn't it? Because the track wasn't in any condition.
The track was very bad. There was no traction, no grip. I think there was a lot of dust because the car was full of dust. So, yeah, it's a shame, but it's, if Group 1 was out, then they had a bad track, so it doesn't matter. It's okay.
Now, I was saying how much I like the scale of the engineering. I won't touch anything because you're moving it, but you've got an actual up and downy pistony bits, and you've got that's the start of it. And you're currently I take your so are you changing engines or trying to find the best motor?
Well, this is not my engine actually. I'm doing an engine for a guy. He had a crack in the cylinder, so then you have to change the cylinder. But yeah, for here in the heat, it's really engines are quite sensitive in a way, so they can overheat and they can crack.
So to do that, do you have to run them richer to get them cooler, or do you have to actually get more air through them?
We run less oil in the fuel, so because the oil isolates the piston from the cylinder, so we run less oil and a little bit richer on the bottom and on the top.
Does that mean that in the half-hour finals there could be fuel consumption worries?
Yes, some. Mine is little worrying, but it'll be tight.
I mean, do you think actually in that way, because you'll get extra time on the track, it might even be an advantage to be in the quarter-final if you can bump up?
Well, actually, sometimes you can, because if you change something on the car, the quarterfinal is only 20 minutes. So if you get through, the car is how do you say? If you make a change and it's better but not quite that good, you can make one more change before the semi. So yeah, you're right.
I like being right. Thanks. I've just knocked over your silicon sealant. So I'll leave you to carry on mending the machine. And there's a man who has a very colourful air filter there. As we dive round. Now, the other thing to do, I'm going to do... Dario. Oh, Dario's turn. Mr. Vaselli. See how that's going. Dario.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. You?
Not bad. Now, you weren't in the fastest qualifying group, but you still won the fastest qualifiers. From that, I assume the car's improved a lot over the last couple of days.
Yeah, we are working on the car because yesterday we had the car was on the edge. So if I was very careful on the steering. If I make a little bit more steering in the corner, then the rear one is going to slide. So we are working on the front end to change a little bit camber and so on. So now in the last qualification, I see that the car was much better, and I hope that everything is ready for the semi-final.
Is it a bit frustrating that you went out on the track at about 9:45 this morning, and you won't go anywhere near the track again until about 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon? Like a day and a half when you're doing nothing apart from fiddling.
No, it's okay because now my father can work on the car, so I'm relaxing and I go with my mother, sister and girlfriend. We go to see some city and that's all. Just relaxing and that's all.
You haven't got the best job, have you, sir?
Yeah, okay. This finally, this is my son.
And will we be seeing you next week in Fairing for the large scale as well, off-road?
Yes, I'm going there. I will be there on Monday. So let's do some off-road with dusty thing.
Both classes or just one?
No, only four-wheel drive. I go with the MCD. So
thank you very much indeed. Now, what I want to try and do, I'm not sure I can do it, is I actually want to give you a bit closer look at the body shells. Now, that is very convenient. Someone put a BMW there. Now, these are what is homologated in large scale. Now, this whole area here, if you notice that there, is a separate screw-on front air dam. There's two reasons for that. One, so they can replace it, so you haven't got to buy an entire €150 body each time. But second, this is homologated because obviously it massively affects the aero. As we heard, this is not for cooling, taking out these areas here at the front. That actually is designed to lessen the downforce. Obviously, as the wind hits it, it's pushing down as it goes over the front. If you take the holes there, it takes away all the pressure, so you actually lose front downforce. And by losing front downforce, you lose front grip. Now, towards the back, you have a very complex rear wing. This one's a bit nibbled at. And again, you can see this car's been in a couple of accidents, maybe a discarded body out. So I don't know, I've just nicked it, I don't know what it is. And so the wing which have adjustable angle, and you've also got the side down as well. The whole thing, where it's properly mounted, interestingly, look, there's actually a mount there to make sure that this area comes in properly. That's not a mount for anything other than just to get the aero right. It gives you a much, much more direct attack on the track. Actually, now what I'm going to do here, I can see, down by Giovanni, who helps already, is look, there's a selection of body shells. How marvellous. So this is great. This is the new Citroen, and you can tell it's new Citroen because it has properly engaged the Citroen Ds3, the logo. And see, once again, it's got this front air down, which is separate. Now, conveniently, on this body here, you'll see that the front air down there is separate. So this means this bit is replaceable. You haven't got to, you can buy that one, you can replace it when it gets damaged. But that is homologated as well. And this little area here, which is it's an Alpha body, as you can see from the area, I'll make it the Alpha logo. This is the piece of Lexan that was causing controversy earlier, because they built out a new port, built out a new lower section, or the air dam, which is there, and they had to homologate that bit again. This bit's fine, and that bit needs homologating again. Now, as you can see, if you look at this other painted body, this is a BMW. Huge leading edge. If you look at the leading edge on the Citroen, nothing like the same on the leading edge. So the front lip of the spoiler, and it's all designed to actually use the full aerodynamic effects of the car to get a completely different feel. This is one of the later BMWs. It's modelled on the DTM cars. You notice there's also older ones modelled on previous M3s. And the whole point about it is to actually use genuine aerodynamics. These cars will hit 40, 50 miles an hour. At that point, the aero is really playing a part, and therefore, you look at the front, you look at the rear. Unfortunately, they haven't got the rear wings on, which are, again, an optional part. But also what they'll do is they'll take out the side windows tend to come out of the racing cars, and that's for cooling. That is a cooling and for get the air into the engine and the heat out of the engine. But what they'll also do is they won't, anything you take off the front or the rear will actually fit. And you look at Giovanni there, he's got his rear wing, his rear window open. That actually is not only doing air work, it's also going to be affecting the amount of downforce that their body's generating. So his bodies is a completely different sort of environment. It's a very area-fine tune. You look at that. The Samba wing there, much more advanced. The wing's got actually a dip halfway through. Again, adjustable. So there's a huge amount of work that goes on those. And these things, I'm sure, actually see wind tunnels. So it's one area which is completely different from any other part of RC. Yes, in all parts of RC, the body shell plays some element. In large-scale touring car, it is actually the most important part of the entire package. It actually what defines the whole class is the body shell. So, on that note, I think what we'll do is we will say adieu to our pit walk, and we may actually go for a bit of a break. We'll go for a little wander around the the motorhome walk, see what's going on there. So see you in about, no seconds.